My name is Jonathan Shapiro, and I'm a 65-year-old, mostly retired psychologist, and I live in Albany, New York.
Jonathan served as a volunteer teacher at the Himalayan Cultural School for 2.5 weeks. This is his story.
My teaching experience is mostly limited to ESL kinds of things. I taught for 4 or 5 months in China 6 or 7 years ago, and I taught English. Well, I'm currently teaching English and have been for several years to Burmese refugees that live in my community. I guess the most important elements of my teaching philosophy has to do with in trying to engage with the kids, and in terms of teaching English, a focus on conversation, and also trying to get the kids to think for themselves, which in India and China isn't always the easiest thing to do, since most of their teaching and training is based on rote memory. In terms of my motivation for teaching at the Himalayan Cultural School, that came mainly because of my friendship with Tashi, who, as most of you probably know, is chairman of the board now. I've known Tashi for 17 years. I first went trekking with him in northern India at that time, 17 years ago. In terms of my expectations, I'm not sure I really knew quite what to expect, actually. I knew that Galabgar was in a pretty isolated area, and most of my experience teaching thus far has been with adults and not children, so this was quite a different experience. In addition, as some of you may know, all the classes are taught in English, although many of the kids come from illiterate families. And in addition to English, they're also being taught Urdu, Pali, and Hindi. So it's not an easy thing, especially to get them to converse in English, and they don't get a lot of practice. In terms of teaching techniques, again, I tried to focus on conversation. I also gave some writing assignments in terms of getting the kids to think, for example, what their favorite holiday was and to describe it. I also had them write about their town, Galabgar, or their village. I had them write about their families, and then to practice by reading aloud one at a time.